Everybody, welcome back. We have another video about Bilt today because Bilt has new information being presented to its members. And, well, Bilt is a company that fascinates me, and I finally have something to be positive about coming into 2025. So, what's happened? Encore Jane, the CEO of Bilt, put out a letter to Bilt members today, kind of highlighting how Bilt makes its money, that Bilt is looking to get into to launch a mortgage product in 2025, that there may be a new Bilt card or enhancements to the Bilt card that are the sort of enhancements that we've been expecting since they launched the status tiers back in late 2023. So we're going to go through the letter. I'm going to give some thoughts here and there, break those down, and just see if we can read between the lines a little bit with this letter. So we have the full letter here. It starts off, Dear Bilt members, as we wrap up what has been a transformational 2024, I wanted to share a preview of what's ahead for Bilt in 2025 and answer one of the most common questions I hear from members. How does Bilt's business work? And how are we able to provide valuable rewards and benefits? While our award winning co brand credit card has received much attention, a lot of it negative lately, but much attention, it remains just one part of our business. Bilt's foundation is actually built on three robust interconnected businesses that together form the largest housing rewards program in the country. Through our platform, you can earn rewards on rent payments regardless of how you pay, whether by bank account, debit card, or credit card. You get access to exclusive neighborhood benefits and can now earn rewards at every step of your housing journey, from signing a new lease to buying your first home. I'm excited to walk you through each of these businesses and show you how we're working to create more value to your biggest everyday expenses in the year ahead. This is refreshing because Built, to my knowledge to date, has not done anything like this. They have not explained the business model. A lot of folks think of Built as a large paper tiger, and all of the negative news that has happened in 2024, really since the Bloomberg article about Built and Wells Fargo's relationship being at a bit of a crossroads, things have not been great for Built. There was the shift in rent day that was sudden and buried in a previous Encore email. They got raked over the coals for that. I myself have done it. I've done it on the Stack Your Points podcast. I've done it here. Lonnie from Call Me Lonnie took a couple of swipes at it on the Stack Your Points podcast. So it really hasn't been easy go of things in the last couple of weeks for Built, especially since that letter dropped. But a few positives: they have added Tap Air Portugal, they have added a Core Live Limited. So they're still able to add transfer partners, and they recently launched the home buying experience with EXP, where you'll earn one Bilt point for every $2 of a house's value. So if you buy a $400,000 house, you're going to get 200,000 Bilt points. Have a half a point per dollar on the value of a house. This is before mortgages, and when that was announced, I've had the thought of, this is their prelude to mortgages. Mortgages are definitely coming. It's going to be a question of not if. So Bilt goes into their three portions of business. I'm going to put the direct link to the letter in the description of this video. Also, Nathaniel from Fat Stacks Academy did a great breakdown of the letter as well. I'm going to try to fill in some blanks that, after watching his video, I felt could be addressed. So here we go. But definitely check out Nathaniel's video. I'm going to put the link for that in the description down below. And maybe we'll talk about this together at some point. So the first way is residential payment processing, earn points on rent and mortgages. How we make money: we get paid fees to process these payments. Just like other companies, you may have paid rent or HOA fees through before, but here's where we're different. We give a portion of that back to you in the form of rewards. And importantly, we never sell your data. Your personal data, your privacy, and security are our top priority. They're presenting a free product to you. At the end of the day, just remember, you are always the product. So while they're going to tell you that they don't sell your data, they're not going to sell this particular data. But that does not mean that there isn't other data that may or may not be sold. Just keeping that out there, just trying to keep it 100. So residents at partner properties use Bilt to make rent, HOA, or mortgage payments and get rewarded every month. Members earn rewards regardless of what payment method they choose, with bonus rewards for certain debit and credit cards. The Bilt card will give you one times Bilt points on rent with no transaction fees. If you use the Alaska Airlines Visa credit card, the personal card, you can get three times points per dollar on rent, but you are going to pay that fee. So just keep in mind. Now they're highlighting that the market size is $700 billion in rent payments annually, $1.4 trillion of mortgage payments annually. Now, these mortgage payments, I'm aware of folks who have Wells Fargo mortgages being able to slide their, and this is kind of going to be not necessarily what is right now, but Bilt does handle rent and HOA more processing fees, and they can say mortgage because there are folks who pay a mortgage and get Bilt points. From what we've noticed collectively online, it's typically folks who have Wells Fargo mortgages, but some folks have made this work before with other issuers and mortgage builders. So they also have connected commerce, rewards, and benefits on neighborhood spend. With 40% of renters moving every year, local businesses are eager to connect with their newest neighbors. Our neighborhood benefits program creates exclusive rewards and benefits at our network of local merchants, helping these businesses win more of your spend through added value. Our merchant partners pay us a commission on the spend, which we reinvest in better rewards for members, creating value for everyone. Now, remember how I just said they can say that they're not giving that data away? This data is more likely to be used. This is your swipe data. And it's going to be data that MasterCard's going to hold. So maybe Bilt themselves is not selling this data, but Bilt isn't necessarily not going to have their finger on the pulse of something along the way for tracking your spend because they're aware of it. Wells Fargo is aware of it. The merchants who you swipe at are aware of it. And they're getting commissions from local merchants. They're getting commissions from Walgreens. They're getting commissions from other sources as they expand this program. I would not be surprised to see supermarkets become something in the neighborhood program. I would be very interested to see if they try to expand neighborhood to Walmart and Target in the future, trying to add value there. Now, Walmart and Target aren't necessarily going to sign on explicitly, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't be trying to get into either Walmart or Target with the neighborhood program. So, key facts: 80% of consumer spend outside of housing happens within 15 miles of home. 40% of renters move out of properties every year. So, there's a lot of turnover in renting. You're going to move to a new place. You're going to create value for local merchants. Local merchants will pay for that value. You're still technically the product. It's and not selling your explicit data, but there's markers and there's swipes and there's things of that nature being transacted upon. So there we go. Leasing and house buying incentives, rewards, and benefits on neighborhood spend. How we make money. Properties spend approximately $30 billion yearly on lease incentives and marketing. Our platform now turns that spend into direct value for you through new lease and lease renewal offers of points, benefits, and more. Meanwhile, property owners save on marketing and fewer vacancies, and Bilt earns a piece of those savings. When you buy a home through Bilt's broker network, Bilt earns a part of this commission and shares it back with members in the form of large rewards. That's where they're getting that half a point per dollar when you use through EXP. That's how that's get financed. Members use our interactive home search tool that finds homes based on their all-in monthly price. We automatically factor in mortgage costs, interest, taxes, and insurance, and then reward members with points when they close on a home. Property managers use a resident loyalty platform to set up incentive campaigns for new leases, lease renewals, and more. So the property managers can offer you like however many Bilt points to renew your lease, because if they keep you renewing your lease, they don't have to go out and market and get someone new. So that's what's saying there. Key facts: properties spend approximately $30 billion yearly on lease incentive and marketing. brokers, lenders spend another $38 billion yearly on home buying incentives and marketing. So that is where Bilt is saying that they're adding value into this process. So, and then pass some of the value that they make onto you in the form of points. So there we go. That is a bit of the walkthrough. Again, I'm going to put this link up on the webpage. Uh, sorry, I'm going to put this link in the description of the video up on the webpage. What am I talking about? Oh, this is going to be one shot. Sorry about that. So, rewarding you on rent and mortgage payments. This is where our story began, creating the first platform that rewarded members for rent payments while helping them boost their credit history with every on-time payment. Today, we're the largest reporter of on-time rent payments to the credit bureaus, a benefit we offer for free. We've listed tens of billions of points to members for rent payments, and we've rewarded millions of members with limited time rent day benefits like complimentary elite status on airlines and hotels, complimentary rideshare credits, and more. In our first 2 years, the Bilt MasterCard gave us a bridge to rewarding customers on rent payments while we built something much bigger, a payments platform that rewards members regardless of how they pay rent. This is true. They have a payment portal where you can use any credit card you want. You can also use any debit card you want, which why would you do that? But you can use any credit card you want. You can use the Chase Sapphire Reserve at $1.1 for rent, including the 3% fee. You can use the Wells Fargo Autograph. You can use the American Express Gold Card, the American Express Platinum, any card you're working a sub. You can connect those into this payment processing network. Bilt is going to take a cut, and that is how Bilt finances things. Bilt is making money. Bilt also gets a commission for every credit card that's activated with Wells Fargo, every Bilt MasterCard and approved. That's not what this is for. So they're going to highlight into something much bigger. Members are giving rewards to members regardless of how they pay rent. You're going to get about 250 points per month on just using a credit card or debit card. It does not have to be the Bilt card specifically to get points on rent. So this is true. They have bigger payments platform, and that is how they're also able to fund a lot of this. Today, around 15% of our members have our co-branded card, while the vast majority of our members join Bilt through our network of apartment and condo buildings that use our platform for all rental HOA payments. Whether you pay by check, ACH, debit, or credit card, you'll automatically earn points and receive free rent reporting to boost your credit history when your property uses Bilt. We get paid fees to process these payments, just like other companies you may have paid rent or HOA fees through before. But here's where we're different. We give you a portion of that back to you. I've already said this before. Thanks to our members asking their property managers for Bilt, we won market share at an unprecedented pace. We now process and reward members on over $36 billion in annual rent and HOA payments, up from $11 billion last year. So 2023, $11 billion in rent payments were processed through Bilt. 2024, $36 billion. So they have tripled that business. Again, when I said Bilt is making money, we're rolling out an exclusive payments platform for over 70% of our top 100 property managers, owners, and multifamily housing, which is expected to double the volume of annual rent payments we process in the coming months. So they're expecting to go from 36 billion to 72 billion, which is insane. And single family rental and condos. We've also built innovative partnerships that help fund even more rewards when you use other credit cards, like our partnership offering 3 times Alaska Airlines miles, plus status qualifying points when you pay rent with the Alaska Airlines card from Bank of America. So that card doesn't just give you the 3 times points for Alaska points, you're also getting the status points for Bilt with your rent spend when you use that card. Did not realize that portion of things. So that does make that really valuable. They say looking ahead to 2025, we'll announce the first phase of our plans in the mortgage space, creating a whole new category of value for homeowners. Whether you're making monthly payments or refinancing, you'll soon be able to earn points on your mortgage payments. They're going to be putting in mortgages into this same payment platform. That is going to be huge when they get there. We're also expanding partnerships to help you earn more rewards on rent, whether you use the Bilt card or other credit cards that you already have. So they're just going to keep expanding out that payment processing platform. Pretty soon, Bilt, I'm assuming, wants to be the #1 payment processor for rent wherever you are. If you're a Bilt managed property, if you're in the Bilt Alliance, great. If you are a mom and pop, it's weird to say mom and pop, but if you are a landlord who oversees multiple tenants, you're gonna do your payment processing with them. With Bilt, you're going to be charged a small fee for Bilt, but your tenants are going to be able to pay you by credit card. That's what they're looking to do, and that's where they're creating value for themselves. They're also looking to, number two, creating exclusive neighborhood benefits. Our newest initiative is perhaps our most exciting, neighborhood benefits, which creates exclusive ways to connect and reward you the places you shop, dine, and spend time in your home. Built around a simple insight that 80% of spending outside housing happens within 15 miles of home. Neighborhood benefits is designed to turn your everyday spending into something more rewarding. With approximately 40% of renters moving every year, local businesses are eager to connect with their newest neighbors. The Neighborhood Benefits Program creates exclusive rewards and benefits on our network of local merchants, helping those businesses win more of your spend through added value. Our partners pay us a commission based on the spend, which we reinvest into better rewards, creating value for everyone. The momentum behind our network benefits has been incredible. Spend at neighborhood merchants through our platform has reached $5 billion annually, up from $2 billion last year. So $2 billion in 2023, $5 billion in 2024. And through innovative integrations, oh, sorry, skipped ahead. This includes remarkable growth across key categories. Dining spend has reached 1 billion, up from 400 million. Rideshare spend has grown to 300 million, up from 200 million. Through innovative negotiation integrations with payment networks and merchant platforms, we've enabled benefits you won't find anywhere else. Seamlessly check out at neighborhood restaurants via your phone and charge your card on file with Bilt in one tap. Save up to 40% on health related purchases by having Bilt automatically file FSA, HSA eligible items for reimbursement with your health plan, whether you shop at partners like Walgreens, no matter which card you use. Stack additional points on top of the rewards you already earn with your favorite credit or debit card. So the Walgreens, I think I've mentioned earlier, you can do something like use one of the Chase Freedom cards, 3 times points on pharmacies, not Walgreens, anything that's FSA, HSA eligible, that gets marked with, and they track that via L3 data. So they're able to offer you the ability to take that out and charge it to and get you reimbursed through HSA and FSA. You're also going to get like 100 points per dollar on prescription refills through the Walgreens member money. As part of neighborhood, we're also creating exclusive neighborhood experiences like our dining events and just announced comedy series, bringing exclusive stand-up shows to neighborhoods across the country. We'll see how that will go. In 2025, we're dramatically expanding our neighborhood benefits program in three key ways. One, adding more essential daily categories. We're working on bringing rewards and benefits to places you visit most, including grocery stores, as I said, gas stations, and parking facilities across your neighborhood. Didn't know about gas stations and parking facilities, but now the Bilt card or the Bilt network is going to start getting you rewards on grocery stores. So if you're a Wells Fargo or Chase person and grocery has been a big missing factor for you, Bilt is going to step in and provide you value. Number two, growing our local coverage. We're rapidly expanding our merchant network to ensure you can earn and redeem points at more locations in your area. So, when Bilt Dining first launched, one of the cool things that I thought about was they were offering like dynamic rewards. Bringing something like that back could be interesting. Three, enhancing like our one tap restaurant payments and automatic FSA HSA processing at Walgreens. We're creating more seamless ways to save time and earn rewards on in your daily routine. We'll leave that there. Our goal is simple. Wherever you spend in your neighborhood, Bilt should make it more rewarding. So, one of the things when Amazon launched was Jeff Bezos made it really apparent very early on that one of his biggest goals with Amazon was to be involved in some way in every transaction that you did. That Amazon was going to get a cut of some portion of the transaction. And they've done that through a number of ways, whether it is through the storefront, whether it's through marketplace, whether it's through their retail avenues, buying Whole Foods, AWS, all of the AWS connected services, all of that provides Amazon that path to getting some form of payment to whatever you do in your daily life. Built is looking to give you rewards in much the same way. So they're going to be charging gas stations commissions. They're going to be charging commissions from local restaurants, probably fewer commissions on local restaurants, and if you're getting like a grocery chain involved, like Safeway or Kroger, Top, or what are the other? Winn Dixie, really kind of counts as a grocery store. Hy-Vee in the Midwest, HEB in Texas. If you're getting those chains on board, those chains, like the commissions that those chains will pay, yes, you're going to get grocery points. Could also fund a dynamic program for a local mom and pop restaurant that could offer you like 10 times built points per dollar on like a slow Wednesday. I pick Wednesday tends to be one of the days in the restaurant week. A slow, you're going to earn 10 times points per dollar at a place that you may not have going to before. So that's where I'm going with that. Number three, rewarding your housing journey from leasing to home buying. As more members pay their rent with Bilt, we discovered other opportunities to create value, transforming how properties incentivize new leases and renewals. Here's what we learned. Properties spend approximately $30 billion yearly. I'm just repeating some of the same things from earlier in the letter. My apologies. The platform now turns that spend directly into value for you through new lease and lease renewal offers of points, benefits, and more. So one of the things that we don't see on a day-to-day basis would be the Bilt card doesn't offer a welcome offer, but the Bilt card will give you, if you're a Bilt card holder or you're a Bilt renter, the property that you rent from could give you 50,000 points to read. That's the case. They don't need to offer you a welcome offer because they're going to get you with welcome offer level points by renewing your lease and saving a ton of marketing for the folks that you're renting from. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Your mileage is definitely going to vary there. It's going to depend on where you're renting from, who you're renting with, all of this, all of that. In addition to rent, Bilt has also added co-add homeowners associations. They're adding mortgages. So let's keep it going. Issue incentives. You get higher value through our rewards ecosystem. Recently ranked as the highest value points currency in the market, which you can use for travel, fitness, dining, and more. Highest value, that's based on the points guy. The points guy is an advisor to Bilt. We'll pump the brakes on declaring them the kings, um, or just keep a skeptical eye there. Meanwhile, property owners save with fewer vacancies, and we earn a piece of those savings. Results have been exceptional. In our pilot program, Avenue 5, one of the largest property management services, saw 95% of residents renew their leases earlier when offered reward incentives, showing just how valuable these rewards are to our members. We've also expanded into home buying rewards with approximately 7.5% of renters buying homes annually. We now reward home purchases through our broker network with 1 point for every $2 and no limit. So 250,000 points on a $500,000 home, creating wins for everybody involved and opening new ways for you to earn on life's biggest purchases. Next year, we'll be rolling out our automated platform that makes it easy for properties to offer you rewards, meaning you'll see significantly more opportunities to earn points on new leases, renewals, and more access across the country. Again, if you're looking to renew your lease, they will try to lock you in to a new lease. And part of that is going to be offering you 50,000 points, offering you 75,000 points, maybe offering you 90,000 points if it's been a rough year with the company and the company is acknowledging that by giving you more points to show you that they're willing to put in whatever extra work. Now, am I saying that's absolutely the case? No, but that's at least the concept here. Next, what's next for the Bilt MasterCard? While our card program represents about 15% of our base, you've helped make it one of the fastest growing co-brand cards in the market. Winning the Point Guys Reader's Choice Award multiple years in a row speaks to how much value our members find in the program. Again, it is the no annual fee Chase Sapphire Preferred. With guidance from industry legends Ken Chenault, former American Express CEO and Bilt chairman, and Philip Rice, former president of American Express Customer Cards, we're building towards Bilt Card 2.0. This next evolution of our card program would focus on tiered offerings that better serve different member needs while delivering enhanced value through new benefits on housing spend and our neighborhood network. We expect the Bilt card to remain the preferred payment option for 15 to 25% of our members as we continue to innovate and enhance the card experience. So, What I'm reading from this, the next evolution of our card program would focus on tiered offerings that better serve different member needs while delivering enhanced value through new benefits on housing spend and our network, on our neighborhood network. One, your status tiers are going to come into means higher earnings on the neighborhood network or higher earnings on rent or something. Status is going to become important, whether that means also like higher points offering on everyday spend, don't know. But this is making clear they're going to be offering different tiers. They're going to be differentiating built users, and tiers or status tiers are going to come into play. How? Not 100% sure yet. But is it happening? Yes. But more importantly, we've been reading and passing along your feedback and requests for the current Wells Fargo issued and operated Bilt Card program. We know you want more premium offerings and also ways to earn points on your mortgage payments. We're also hear the challenges many of you had with approval rates, credit line sizes, and the need for core tech features like authorized users, pay over time, and auto pay integrations. Some of you have mentioned that your card credit limits are too low to cover more than a month or two of rent, leaving little room to take full advantage of the card's benefits, especially considering the average FICO for these members is above 750. We hear you loud and clear. These are all things that require support from our issuing bank partner, and we're actively working on solutions. Absolutely agree that they're working on with Wells Fargo on these things. Don't know what this is going to mean. Offerings, you could see a built card come out that is going to be in that premium travel space. A built branded Wells Fargo Autograph Beyond that earns built points is going to have a certain value appeal to folks who really like the built program. I don't know. Maybe my co-host Lonnie from Stack Your Points would want to get in on a built branded Wells Fargo Autograph Beyond that does a lot of the same things as the Autograph Beyond, but doesn't earn Wells points, but earns built points that are far more valuable. Sorry, Lonnie, for the continued shout outs. Just you're one of the big people I think of when Built comes to mind. But premium offerings they're looking at making the core tech behind the card better, adding authorization integrations. These are all things that are pretty simple given the long-term nature of the contract with Wells Fargo. I have to imagine that these things will be coming. I don't necessarily see it coming in 2025. Should come into play before 2029. And I assume that like Wells will want to lock them in for a longer term deal just to make that everything they build now stays with Wells Fargo so that Wells can start seeing some coming their end of things. So the card is going to they're either going to be reshaping so it sounds like there's a couple of different fronts. One, they're going to reshape the way that the card works now and make it more useful for status, and there may be additional cards coming, whether that is annual fees in the 550 600 phase, annual fees at like the 250 range. It's very open to interpretation, but it does sound like is going to be adding at least one more card, and that Build Card 2.0, which is going to be a big bet on Built going forward, is a fundamental rethinking of the card as it currently stands. Now, I think they're going to keep a lot of the same earnings on the card at no annual fee, but you could see a dynamic earning no annual fee card that again is going to reward those who have stuck around and had status. Friend of the channel, Keith S. Definitely comes to mind here. Again, call me Lonnie. Number of creators who have the built card, who may have hit gold or platinum status, and they have seen no value in gold or platinum status. It sounds like they're going to start working on making gold and platinum worthwhile statuses for you to hold, beyond like a free helicopter ride a year in New York or Nice. So there we go. Ahead, 2025 is shaping up to be our biggest year yet, from expanding into mortgage payments to growing neighborhood benefits, evolving our card program to create new tools for renters and homeowners. We're getting started. We're just getting started on our mission to make housing more rewarding for everyone. Thank you for being a part of the Built family and for trusting us to make your housing journey more rewarding. Your feedback drives everything we do, and we're excited to share more updates soon. This reads like not this reads more than a quarterly update, like an earnings call update. We are announcing initiatives, we are announcing this, that, or the other. So I commend Bilt, and if you stuck around this long, so much for bearing with me. I commend Bilt for actively communicating this, proactively communicating this. This is what I've wanted to see from Bilt to see this. Now, there's no additional little 3-point font language on this page. That's a good thing. I am keenly aware, and now after reading this, like I'm keenly aware that they're going to be offering that they're going to be changes. Those changes are, we don't fully know yet, but we're at least aware that changes are coming. We're aware of where they're focusing those changes to be in the neighborhood experiences. We're looking at gas stations, we're looking at grocery stores, we're looking at potentially more pharmacies, maybe parking structures. So, Build is looking to find ways to add value wherever you're going, especially in like that whatever that 15-mile radius is. But again, that 15-mile radius is to always be dynamic because you know you can do 15 miles from my hometown, but that overlaps a bunch of then have 15-mile radiuses themselves. See where I'm going with this? So it looks like Built is recognizing that they cannot be urban specific. Mortgages are coming. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with mortgages, but I wanted to break apart this letter. I wanted to react to it to kind of chime in with some skepticism that I think is still needed. I think built flag of where they want to go. It will be interesting to see what the execution is. If you watch the Stack Your Points podcast, if you see tomorrow's portion on YouTube, um, RJ from Do You Take Cards, she mentioned, let's observe them in 2025, see what they do. Like one of the biggest hasn't been addressed in any of what Encore put customer service experience. Now, this could have been hinted at and Ken Chenault, maybe because it's always had really good customer service, especially when Ken Chenault was the CEO of American Express. So they did not highlight the customer service experience. That is troubling, but I do like where they're planting their flag, what they're trying to do. Again, I want to see more highlighting of what the plan is to make sure that there's no runaround between Bilt and Wells Fargo when there's an issue on the credit card. I hope that's part of the rethinking of whatever Built Card 2.0 is. But Built Card 2.0 is going to be a big strategy shift for Built. I'm interested to see where they go. I just want to highlight this letter because this is one of those this is one of the moments of either a pivot or a started to transform into whatever it happens to be. This is a this is a transformational letter, and it definitely deserves deep diving in, and it definitely deserves some skepticism just because Built has shown that they moved fast, they broke things, and they weren't really sure how to fix the things that they broke. Now they have to take the time to actually fix those things and do from here. But again, they're making, what they're planning to produce $72 billion in rent payments. They're planning, and whether it's going to be relationships with gas stations and grocery stores, are planting a flag that they're going to be generating, about $100 billion in revenue every year. Let's see what they do. So, thank you so long to watch this. I appreciate your time. You could have watched any other video on this one. Check out Nathaniel's video from Fat Stacks Academy. That is going to be in the description below as well. But Built has announced that changes are coming, and I'm pretty interested to see what those changes are. I'm going to be excited to see when they make these announcements, and they do so in a better way than they've been making announcements. Rent day is, I think, going to continue to be a thing, but I think we're going to start seeing a reimagining of rent day as well. Not that it's gotten stale, but it has things are broken there. So again, part of fixing things is going to be fixing rent day. So thank you so much for watching. Check me out on the Stack Your Points podcast where I do, just about 2 times more time than this. If you like what I do, check out the Stack Your Points podcast. Check out my pinned comment for ways to support me outside of YouTube. If you want to support me here on YouTube, definitely consider becoming a channel member. $2.99 tier, one tier only. That is the Tidbits Collector, and I'm still working on more ways to add value to you, the member. So probably going to do a members only follow up on this video. Check that out if you want. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.